Hello, Mercy Church. We are so excited. Why? Because this coming Sunday, after over 10 weeks of not being able to gather in our building and in our facilities, we will be reopening so that we can gather again for in-person worship services. So what we're going to be doing today is giving you a little bit of an update or some information as to what you can expect when you return to Mercy Church. We're approaching the parking lot right now, and so here's what we are going to be asking you to do. The first thing that you need to be made aware of is that we are asking for everyone to park in the parking lot. Everyone will be parked in the parking lot on the front side of the church. We want to reserve other parking spaces, especially on the back side, for our staff and our volunteers that will be serving on that particular Sunday. So when you drive in, if you're coming to worship with your family, then at that point what you will be doing is you will be parking in the front parking lot of the church. When you arrive, you will be seeing some people on the outside, some of our staff and some of our volunteers. Many of them will be holding flags, but here's what you really need to be looking for at this point. If you see them holding red flags, that means that you need to stay in your vehicle. If you also see a red light, there is a stoplight, something that you would normally or typically see on the streets. It is a street light, okay? And you're about to see it right now. You see some of our volunteers, you see some of our greeters, and you'll see the light coming up right now. If you see that light and it's red, that is to indicate to you that you need to stay in your vehicle. Why is that? Because between services, our team is going to be sanitizing, they're going to be cleaning, they're going to be disinfecting. And so if you arrive a little bit earlier for your service time, you may need to stay in your vehicle. That will be indicated by red flags, and it will be indicated by the red light. When it's time for the doors to be open, here's what you're going to see. If you look back now for the light, it should be turning green. There it is. It just turned green. So now we are going to be exiting our vehicle, and I am not going to forget my face covering. I'm going to take my face covering with me. So here we go. Let's get down and let's go. Okay, so I've got my face covering in hand, and I'm ready to go to service, to church. Here we go. When you get out of your vehicle and you start making your way into the worship center, you will notice our greeters, you will notice some of our volunteers. They will be welcoming you with signs like this one. Again, you'll see the green flag and you see the green light indicating that the doors are open and we can now come in. We want you to rest assured that even though we cannot greet each other with hugs or with handshakes, we'll be greeted with warm smiles, even if smiles are under the mask, and with waves. As we make our way into the worship center, you will start to notice that there are some friendly reminders here in the form of a sign to make sure that we wear our face mask. We are asking everybody when you come to service to put on your face mask before entering the building. So I'm going to do that now. And this is what we'll be doing on Sunday. Good morning.
Good morning.
So as you come into the lobby, you'll notice that there's a section of the lobby that is roped off. And here's why, because basically the lobby is closed. The Welcome Center will not be in use. The Welcome Center will not be in operation. As we approach and we come into the facilities, we will be greeted by our volunteers, but we will also be ushered directly in to the sanctuary. So follow me. What you'll notice now is you'll notice our first sanitation station. You'll notice here that we have some signage there that's just encouraging us and reminding us what we can all do to stop the spread of COVID-19. We're going to ask everybody as they come in, if you haven't done so yet, to go ahead and use some of the sanitizer, and then some of our pastoral team and our volunteers will be here to greet us.
Good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Jake.
Come on in, come on in.
As we come into the worship center, one of the first things that you'll see in the worship center is a little stand here. One more time, we have a sanitation station, and we have a box so that you can deposit your tithes or your offerings. During the service, we will not be collecting physically the tithes and the offerings, so this will be your first opportunity to deposit your tithe or to deposit your offering for that service and for that day. As we come into the worship center, one of the things that you will notice is that we will have ushers, we will have greeters that will be directing you and your family to the seat. We want you to please pay attention to what they're telling you and sit wherever they direct you to be seated. Where would you like me to sit? Right here. So one of the instructions that they are giving us is that we are to keep 2 seats between our family unit and the next party. So for instance, if there's 2 people in my family, myself and my wife, we are going to take these seats because this is where we have been instructed to sit. But then there will be 2 seats that are not to be in use. That will be indicated by our volunteers with some red papers. Once your party sits down, once your family sits down, they will indicate by red papers, that will lay them down on the seats, indicating that those are not to be sat in, okay? And that will ensure the safe and social distancing that is required of us at this time. One other thing that you'll notice is we have changed the seats that are in the worship center. As for now, we are not using the cloth seats, the material seats that we have been accustomed to sitting on. We are now using these plastic seats. Reason for that is because they are much easier to sanitize and they dry quicker. So we have about a 30-minute window between each service on Sundays so that our team can come in, sanitize, disinfect, clean, and prepare the facilities for the next group that will be coming in. In the event that you are needing to use the facilities, the restrooms, during the service, here's what I'd like for you to do. Follow me, and while this door right here was the entrance door, the other door will be the exit door. So in the event that you need to go and use the restrooms, use the facilities, you will go through these doors and you can use those restrooms. Now here's what we want to let you know. The water fountains are not in use right now. They are off limits right now, okay? If you need to use the restrooms, we're asking for just the one individual to go use the restrooms and then return through the other door, which is the entrance door, into the worship center. If you have a child, a young child that needs to use the restrooms, one parent can get up and take them with them and then come in through that entrance door into the worship center. We want you to know that there is somebody who is assigned to clean, to disinfect the restrooms throughout the entire day. Throughout every single service, there will be someone there and assigned to clean and to disinfect the restrooms. For that. Now, at the conclusion of the service, once the final prayer and the blessing is made and declared over our congregation, then somebody will come and they will start directing and dismissing us by sections. So we will not all just get up at one time, at the same time, and then exit the building together. We will be dismissed by sections. Once our section is dismissed, we will get up from where we were sitting and we will go to the exit doors. You'll notice where we're walking now, the exit door will be on the side of the sanctuary. We will not be entering the same way, we will not be exiting, the same way that we entered. We will exit through these side exit doors. Once again, we will be dismissed. People will be greeting us as we exit. If you would like to sanitize one last time before leaving, you can do so here. And we have one more opportunity to deposit your tithes and your offerings if you didn't do so as you came in. Okay? We will come out here.
Bye.
Thank you so much. And then what we're going to ask you to do at this point is to directly go to your vehicles. We cannot congregate right now, even on the outside, and have long conversations with groups of people. We need to still practice our social distancing, but when the service is concluded, we are asking that you would immediately go to your vehicles and then begin to exit. That's very important because we got to remember that on Sunday we're going to have 4 services. So we need to exit the parking lot so that everything can be sanitized and cleaned and we can be ready to receive the next group of people that will be coming in to worship and to receive the Word of God the same way that you did. Mercy Church, we wanted to just do this to give you a little bit of an example of what you can expect when you come. And I want to encourage you, If you are physically able to do it, if you feel confident, health-wise, to come and to worship, I just want to encourage you. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let a face covering stop you. Don't let the changes that we're having to experience right now stop you. No, let's come together. If you feel health-wise and medically that it is safe for you and your family to come and worship, then don't let anything stop you. Come, let's receive together, let's worship together, let's grow together. And for those of you who feel like medically and health-wise, it's not a good idea for you to return quite yet, or for your family to return quite yet, then we want to tell you that we support you in that decision. And we encourage you to continue to watch us online. We will be providing our services online, and join us then. If that's the case, join us, you and your family, to worship the Lord and to receive His Word online. We are so excited, and we cannot wait till Sunday to begin to receive you back to Mercy Church. You know, it's been said, but let me say it again. When we left before COVID-19 and everything happened, we left as Bethesda, but now we're coming as Mercy Church. And I believe that this Sunday is going to be the beginning of the next thing, the greater things that God has in store for us and that God has in store for you. Mercy Church, we love you, and we cannot wait to worship together.